Double tap to flip. Let's see if she can see me now. Can you ask Andrea?
She is at, I just realized she's at work.
Oh, there she is. She found me. We're good. Hi, Moira. Okay, so this wish list that I've given you is my own creation. I have it in the files on the group, so it's under the files. I made this on Microsoft Word though in 5 minutes, so feel free. If you're much more creative than I am, you can make it all prettified. Doesn't matter. I like it because share it to the group if you make it pretty. I like this because I keep it like this, and then before I go to my party or my facial, I put in whatever I want, so I can change it as easily as I need to. Okay, so I have one made for a basic party. I have one made for a 5-minute face, things like that. So this is all I do at a 5-minute face is cream eyeshadow, bronzer, or blush and a lipstick and a mascara, like nothing crazy. So it's really, really easy. I'm just blocking some creepy people, block user, unless Bacon Nom Noms is a Mary Kay consultant, which I don't think he is. I'm sorry. Andrea's on. Hi, Andrea. Okay. So you guys, I can see it, so you can ask me questions on Periscope too, and if I get to it, then that's great. All right. So I use this at parties especially because then I give them a ticket if they love it, and then if they like it and leave it, I don't give them tickets. But then this way at the end, it's really easy to close the sale because now I go through the end and I get them to write down the totals for everything and circle the things they're buying. And it just makes it super easy for me to close the sale, okay? You don't have to use this. You can use the profile card like in my previous videos, okay? But this has saved my life. This thing is, I really like this. And now I have a new referral sheet, and I'm actually going to put the referrals on the back so that it's all together, okay? And I'll hand that out later, all right? Good? Okay, so this is, and I like this personally because like Robin said, sometimes you get off track. This keeps me on track at all my appointments and everything, so I'm not skipping anything because they'll tell you if you skip anything. And it lets them know what's next, how many things to expect, all of that, right? Because don't you find, like if you go to a party, you're like, how long is this going to be? Like, what is this? What are we doing? All right? So I'm going to pretend this is my client, and I'm going to talk to my client the whole way through, and you're going to repeat to your client. This is call and answer. You will feel really stupid, and it's okay because everybody's feeling stupid. Okay? Good? All right. So, and my client's name is Cindy because my client's name is always Cindy in my imaginary videos. You'll find that. She was my imaginary friend growing up, was Cindy. So Cindy is I've never recruited a Cindy. Maybe there's a reason. I've never had a Cindy on my team. So the first thing that I do when I first get to the appointment is obviously I'm going to fill out the profile card. This takes the place of a profile card, but you could fill out the front, especially if you don't really know what skincare she is or not. And by the way, I have a mind-blowing thing I learned at Leadership that you can do to find out if somebody's combination to oily or normal to dry. You ready? Buckle in. Buckle up, Patty. It's awesome. She keeps beauty blotters in her top pocket, and she gets them to stick it on their forehead. If they produce oil, they're combo to oily. If they don't, they're normal to dry.
Really?
Right?
Oh, I love. And then you sell some beauty blotters.
Then you sell the beauty blotters.
They're sitting on my shelf. That'd be awesome.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So if you're a struggle with that, you're like, I don't know, normal, I don't know, oily, I don't know, beauty blotter. Okay? Perfect. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is the satin hand set. So after she fills out the profile card, I do this. You ready? Mimic. So she's filled out the profile card. I've gone through it. And I just say, Cindy, so today what we're going to do is just a 5-minute face. We're just going to practice a really easy look. We're going to focus on skincare.
Cindy, today we're going to focus on skincare.
Yeah, so Cindy, for today, we're going to practice a 5-minute face, and we're just going to focus on skincare.
Mr. Owl, today we're going to focus on skincare. We're teaching a 5-minute face.
By the way, the acceptable place to touch your stuffed animal, that sounded wrong. Show me on the stuffed animal where she touched you. Always, if you are going to touch a client, is between your elbow and the wrist. This is the most non-invasive place that you can touch somebody. Studies show that if you're touched here, you don't feel that your personal space is invaded. So it's always a good place to kind of tap her and just be like, so Cindy, now that we've got your profile card and my list for you, I always say that, like I'm always like, so that I can stalk you. So that I can contact you. And then she laughs, and then I say, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go do some satin hands and give you a hand treatment. I never skip the hand treatment in an appointment because everybody loves it. Just like that. Ready? So I'm going to say it again, and you're going to copy it, okay? So now that you filled this profile card out, we're going to go to the sink and do a satin hands treatment. I never skip the satin hands treatment because everybody loves it. Okay. Yeah. Everybody loves it. Once you say that, you impart in her brain that she will also love it. Do you see?
Subliminal message.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met a person that didn't love it.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I've never met anybody who didn't love it. I always like to give my clients a treat. I often say that. I give my clients a treat. Every client gets a hand treatment and a lip treatment as part of your facial with me. Okay? Every client, you can say this. I always like to give my clients a treat.
I always like to give my clients a treat.
Every client I see gets a hand treatment and a lip treatment.
Every client I see gets a hand treatment and a lip treatment.
Why
Good.
can't we do it like this? For the
Yeah,
whole night?
yes, please. Everybody repeat at the same time.
Stop talking so
Don't make it
fast.
Sorry. Okay.
You're a minister trying to win
So now we go to the sink, and the first thing she does almost every single time is apologizes that there are dishes in her sink. So before we get to the sink, I say that. Before we get to the sink. So I say, okay, so Cindy, we're going to stand up, and I know the first thing you're going to say is, oh no, there's dishes in my sink.
Mr. Owl, we're gonna stand up, and the first thing you're gonna say is, oh no, there are dishes in my sink.
But here's the weird thing. I'm pretty sure that's what sinks are for. So I've been to a million houses, and I've always seen dishes in the sink. So now when you get to Cindy's sink, if she doesn't have dishes, you're like, well, you're the weird one. Did you clean up for me? Okay. Right, I do. I'm like, really? You did this just to make me feel bad, didn't you? Like that, right? Okay. You're going to do hand softener. So the first thing I just say, okay, so Cindy, now that the water is warm, hopefully not crazy hot, you're going to wet your hands with our hand softener. This is just going to get your skin prepped. Ready? Now that the water is warm, you're just going to wet your hands with the skin hand softener. This is just going to get your hands prepped. Okay? While she's doing it, you say, by the way, this is the closest thing we have to Mary Kay's original moisturizer.
This is the closest thing we have to Mary Kay's original moisturizer.
We've been around for a really long time.
We've been around for a really long time.
Can you imagine putting this on your face?
Can you imagine putting this on your face?
And she's like, no. And you're like, good thing we've changed a lot. Okay? And then hand scrub. So now that your hands are all protected, I'm going to give you one pump of the hand scrub, and you're just going to rub off all of that dead skin. Go ahead. All that dead skin. All that dead skin. Do you hear the enunciation? All that dead. And I do this. I do this every time, guys. I could do this in my sleep. So now I'm going to give you one pump, and I legit go like one pump, and then we're going to rub off all that dead skin. Every time. And I know it seems stupid, but it's like, honestly, the way that you get past the fear of doing these appointments is by doing them so often that it's memorized and it's just normal. So that you could do it to a monkey in the zoo. You could be like, I can give you a satin hands treatment right now. And you don't have to think about it. You're just on autopilot, right? Think about the hardest job you ever had. The beginning, when you first trained for it, it was weird, right? But then after a while, you're like, this is easy. I don't understand why this is the same thing. Okay, it's super easy. So now you're going to rub off all that dead skin. And I say to her, it's really important to remove dead skin because there is no such thing as a zombie skin cell. There is no second coming of the skin cell. It is not coming back to life. It's dead.
It's not coming back to life. It's dead.
So we have to get rid of it or we can't moisturize the new skin. Good? See that? Okay, so exfoliation is a normal and healthy part of a skincare routine. Exfoliation is a normal and healthy part of a skincare routine. So now we're going to exfoliate her hands, and then we exfoliate her lips, then we talk about exfoliation on her face, and she's, oh, I have to exfoliate. See? Layering. Layers. Onions have layers. Okay. She washes it off. She dries her hands, grabs something, put on the hand cream. By the way, I sell so many of these hand creams to nurses and teachers because this lasts through 7 hand washings. By the way, I sell so many of these hand creams to nurses and teachers because they last through 7 hand washings. This will moisturize your skin for 24 hours. And you can go like this and point to it. It says right there, 24 hours.
Is it? Really?
Right there.
I just read the back of the bottle.
Clinically shown to moisturize skin for 24 hours. That means, you guys, by the way, clinically means done in a lab, not done by Mary Kay. So that means our products are tested in a lab to be proven, not some people say it's no, it's clinically proven to hydrate for 24 hours.
Mine does not say clinically proven.
It's old. Yeah.
You need this one.
You need this one.
You
Yeah.
need this one because it's that much better.
Jesse's already like, now I need to do another order. Okay? Yeah.
So what does everybody use for their satin hands? Do they use the fragrance-free or the stuff that smells?
Usually your fragrance-free is your best bet, and then have a lotion of the one that smells.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they can try both.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I have the new one just because I pulled out the new one to demo
Yeah.
when they changed, and I didn't pull out the fragrance-free. I tend to alternate. I tend to do like when it was peach and fragrance-free, then when the peach ran out, I went to fragrance-free, and then when fragrance-free ran out, I went to peach, but it doesn't matter. Mostly because I'm seeing those same people again, so then I can give them a different smell next time. But yeah, I would say your best bet if you're starting fresh, start with the fragrance-free. That's why it's in the kit. Get yourself a full size of the smelly kind. Okay?
I gave out a demo, like the
Uh-huh.
first size ones, and called.
Yeah.
I need more.
Yeah. Well, that's how Laura sold one. Yeah. Because I gave her a mini.
Coffee table, and she's like, so, we're gonna add that, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
I
we are.
will. Would you
Yeah.
like to? She's like, no, I have 2 hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, well, grandma needs some.
Yeah.
She's like,
And you need some for
okay,
gifts.
grandma.
See? Yours, see? Already started. But that's it. That's really easy. So I just point. Clinically proven to last 24 hours. That's a big deal. Clinically proven is a big deal. And I do say that to my clients. By the way, did you know clinically proven means tested in a lab, not just something we can say? Clinically proven, by the way, we are the #1 best anti-aging skincare line in the entire world.
What?
Clinically proven by clinical results. Anne Newberry stood on stage, which means her speech was already pre-checked by Mary Kay Corp, to say that we are the #1 skincare line in clinical results. We give better results than anybody else.
Okay, one more time.
#1 skincare line in clinical results. Not in sales, we used to be, but we are trying to take back that status. So #1 in clinical results.
In,
Clinical.
no, but it was
Anti-aging.
number 1
In anti-aging, yeah, in clinical results.
Now, is that of direct sales companies?
No.
Or like
Anything. Anything.
For all.
Anything. Yeah, I wouldn't post it on your status unless you have something to, a link or something. Yeah, but Anne Newberry stood on stage and said that. So, yeah. Okay, so really that's it for satin hands. You go back to the table. She's rubbing her hands, and you say, Cindy, how do your hands feel? Okay, so I want you to just take a look at my list here. I have these categories, so you can love things, you can like them, or you can leave them. So I want you to take a list of my look at my list. You can love things, like them, or leave them. And none of this is a contract. So if you love something and you don't buy it, I won't stand outside of your house crying. Okay, and I won't be like, no, but you said you loved it. It's okay. This is my file on you. It's okay. This is my file on you. Because I am not going anywhere. And I'm going to be your independent beauty consultant for life. I'm going to be your independent beauty consultant for life. By the way, do we sell Mary Kay?
No.
We are independent beauty consultants. Do not use the word sell or sales in your statement about yourself. Okay, anyway. So Cindy needs help with this first item. They need, it's like virginity or something. They need to break the seal. I don't know what it is. It's like they need help. So I'm going to check it for her on the first item, especially in a facial. So I'll say, Cindy, I can tell you love it. Am I checking love it? Like that.
Cindy, I can tell you love it. Am I checking love it?
Like this. Tilt your head and nod. And she goes, yeah, check. Okay? You can do that for her. You can hand her the pen after this. But honestly, that first one, you got to do it for her. When you're doing a party, same thing, but you just have to be like, I have tickets. Check the box. And then they get into a rhythm and they do it. Okay? So satin hands. Number one thing is do not put your products away when you're done. The mistake I see people do it all the time. I job shadow and they're just like, no, you need to see these the whole time. So now we're not going to put them right there because it will be right in front of the camera. But I put them right where she can see them and I make them look all pretty. Just like in a retail, okay? Do not chuck them on the floor. Do not throw them back in your kit. You want it to be there and you want it to be beautiful. Okay? Then we do satin lips. So same thing, I say, now you've gotten rid of the dead skin on your hands, we're going to do your lips. Now you've gotten rid of the dead skin on your hands, now we're going to do your lips. Okay? It has to be fast, or we're not going to get through. It's already 8 o'clock. Okay, so scoop up, and I usually do this in number 1 in my tray. You're going to scoop up number 1, and you're going to rub this all over your lips. And then I say, did you know that lips are the second most frequent place to age? They're like the second earliest place to show age. And people do that. Okay? Because it goes neck, lips, then eyes. Hands first. Yeah. Hands first, which is why you need your satin hands. So hands are the first place to age, then your chest, and we're going to cover that with the skincare, and then your lips, and then your eyes, and we're going to cover that with your eye cream. So you can mimic this with me. I do this a lot, okay? So ready? So you're going to say, did you know that your hands are the first place on your body to age? Did you know your hands are the first place to age? So we've got to take care of that with the satin hand set. And then your chest is the next part to age. We're going to take care of that with the skincare. I know you feel really stupid, but I promise it works, okay? And then your lips. And we're going to take care of that with satin lips. And then your eyes. And we're going to take care of that with eye cream. The thing is most people don't notice they are actually aging until their eyes are wrinkling. And by then, they're noticing age everywhere else. So, same thing. Say it. So, but that's the thing. That's why I wanted to do it like this, because otherwise you sit in these things and you're like, and then you get home and you're like, what the hell did she say? Okay, so this is a way for you to be able to just mimic and copy and like practice it, practice these things. I used to do facials with my mirror all the time until I got that head tilt right and the nod right and this, all of it, right? It's just practice. And then you do the same thing with everybody. Like Laura can probably say she's got the freshest facial here. Did I not do all these things? Yes. Like almost exactly the same way? Oh, yeah. She said that. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, so hands, chest, lips, eyes. Okay, hands, chest, lips, eyes. Okay? Knees and toes. Okay, so satin lips. So now and then I give them a little cotton pad to rub that off. Okay, and usually I've gone to go wet it. So I'll stand up while she's rubbing that, go wet it, rub it off, and then I give her the lip balm and I just say, by the way, our lip balm will hydrate your lips for 24 hours.
By the way, our lip balm will hydrate your lips for 24 hours.
Doesn't it say that?
Because I grabbed the scrubs.
It's on the box. It just says, soothe onto lips as often as needed, store at room temperature.
Oh, weird. The old one used to say it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Does anyone have the old one?
I do.
Did.
Does it say it?
No, it
Oh.
just says apply the rubbing to lips as needed.
Weird. Okay, so you can just say 12 hours. It doesn't matter. It's 12 or 24 or whatever. But I just say 12 usually because then I say you're going to apply it in the morning and you're going to apply it at night. And and this is what I always say, you don't have to worry about losing your lip balm because you're not carrying it around with you. Because she's thinking, that's a $15 effing lip balm.
And I'm gonna
True
use that.
story.
Right? And she's like, as if. I will lose that. I can't even keep track of a chapstick. And usually I say, you know how there's supposed to be like an award if you ever actually use the end of a chapstick? The cool thing about ours is because it doesn't need to be reapplied all day, you can just keep it in your nightstand. I keep mine in my nightstand. I put it on before I go to bed. So just like that. So you can just say that and it will just hydrate your lips so that you don't have to worry about your lips losing moisture. Okay, so same thing, just constant. And I just say, now we've exfoliated and hydrated. And in your hands, we exfoliated and then hydrated. So guess what we're going to do with your face? Isn't that awesome? Okay, just like that. Super simple. So just step by step by step. For her, she needs that too. So now, Cindy, I know you're licking your lips right now. That sugar stuff tastes really good. So like it, love it, or leave it. And now I'm going to push that towards her and let her check that off. If she does not, I will pick up the pen and do it for her. Okay? You know, honestly, I think there's a fine line between pushy and helping. And I honestly see so many people who are so worried about being pushy that couldn't possibly be pushy in a million trillion years that no one would ever have ever categorized them as pushy. And yet that's the first people that worry about being pushy are the people that no one would ever say are pushy in a jillion years. Right? Mm-hmm. The shyest people in the room are like, I'm just worried about being pushy. Because you smiled at somebody?
That's my thing though.
Yeah.
If I can push you,
No.
I'm not.
There's no way you could be. You could be pushy. You could be practicing being pushy. You could be like, I'm going to be pushy, and still wouldn't come across as pushy. See? There's lots of directors that are super pushy and will train you to be super pushy because they have no clue that they're super pushy. They think they're really nice. Okay? And then I get their customers because they're like, if I have to talk to that person again, I'm never doing it. Okay? So now that we've done your eyes now we've done your lips and your hands. So now I'm going to take off your eye makeup with our eye makeup remover.
So now that we've done your lips and hands, we're
I'm
going
going
to
to
take off your makeup.
with our eye makeup remover.
Eye makeup remover.
This is just for your eyes. Because the eyes are sensitive and separate from your face. Yeah. And then I say, okay, so if you look, and I don't shake it up first. Don't shake it up yet. You look at like this, and you're going to hold it. So I want you to really, does anybody still have TV and have the shopping channel?
Sort of.
Watch the shopping channel sometime in the background. Watch how they hold everything. They're not like, here's your eye makeup remover. You know, it's like romanced. It's like, here's your eye makeup remover, and it has, you know, when you watch those Instagram videos, and they're like, this is my eyeshadow, and they hold it up, all pretty. Okay, same thing. So it's got the 2 layers. So even though this is an oil-free eye makeup remover, this is not oil that you're seeing. So I say that. Even though this is an oil-free eye makeup remover, this is not oil that you're seeing. These are 2 different densities of liquid. These are really great things to say at parties when you've got that one person who's like, that person. If you can cover the objection first, before she says, if it's not oil, I'm going to sit here and tell each other. Before she says that, you've got it. Okay, you've said it already. So this is not oil. These are 2 different densities. One part is a conditioner and one part is a cleanser. Just like when you shampoo and condition your hair. If you skip one, you're going to have a bad time. So it's the same as if you use just oil to remove your eye makeup. That's like using only conditioner to wash your hair. How's that going for you? So then you could stop all the baby oil and coconut oil people.
Coconut oil.
Yeah. What is with all these people that use oil as a moisturizer on their face?
There's, yeah.
I don't. My face is really dry, and I heard this from a coworker. I really liked the skincare, but my face is really dry, and I just can't get enough moisture, so I use this blah 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 oil on my face, and I was like, oil doesn't give you moisture.
It's a good, like, there's certain ways, like rosehip oil, argan oil, things like that. Those are, they're part of a nice skincare routine. I feel like we might even get a rejuvenating oil, but they are not a moisturizer. They're designed because oil does counteract oil, so putting some oil on your face can actually stop oil from overproducing. It's a weird thing that happens. So it is like, I use rosehip oil on my face because I can't use serum C, and rosehip Oil has the same amount of vitamin C as our serum C. So I use rosehip oil, but I don't use it in place of a moisturizer, right? But yeah, it's misinformation, right? It's the same as anything. And so I'm always like, well, how's that working out for you? Because it's the first thing they'll be like, I need to get rid of the bags and I got these wrinkles and dark circles, but I just use coconut oil. You're like, you don't see a correlation? They never do. Okay, so this is not oil, it's a conditioner. It's going to clean and condition your eyes. You're going to shake it to activate it. And I do this right then. You're going to shake it to activate it. Few drops, rest on your eye, push towards your nose.
Rest on your eyes, push towards your nose.
Not away.
Not away.
When you push away from your nose, you're collecting the fluid from right here and you're depositing it right here.
When you push away from your eye, you're collecting the fluids from right here and pushing it here.
Is that from the tear duct, you mean?
Uh-huh. Because there's all the sinus cavity fluid and then it comes from your tear duct and then you're pushing it towards here and it will collect in a pocket right here, which equals puffiness right here. Mm-hmm.
So that's the.
Uh-huh.
What's this thing?
That fat pad that sits there and gets all, yeah. So towards your nose, gently lift up and go again towards your nose gently. The gentler, the better. Gentler, the better. And I just watch her do it. You know, I teach her to like fold the thing in half and kind of gently pull on her lashes to get it all off. And if it's not coming off very easily, I say, this is specially formulated, by the way, to remove Mary Kay mascara. So it's a lot easier when you purchase your Mary Kay mascara to go with this.
Yeah, because I've had people, it's like, what are you wearing?
I know.
It's like,
Right? And so I say that. I just say, this is, by the way, specially formulated to counteract Mary Kay mascara. So when you purchase your Mary Kay mascara, this is a must. When you purchase your Mary Kay mascara, okay?
They go hand in hand.
They do go hand in hand.
So I know that, okay, so you're wiping this way, aren't you picking it up from there and then reapplying?
No, because you're going to pick it up and you're not taking, it's not the product, it's not the mascara you're worried about. It's this fluid. It's the way you're
Right,
pushing.
So if you're going across the nose, though, you picked it up on there and you're not wiping it.
No, because it's on the cotton pad. I just mean what happens is when we do this with even just with our fingers, you're taking this fluid. There's a little duct, and you're pushing it along there. You're just like, oh, I'll help you get over here and make you puffy. That's what happens. So it's like if you do an Ayurvedic massage or whatever, they'll do that, but then they go like they squish it out, and like for a few days you're puffy afterwards. That's how I learned that's where that fluid comes from. So just gently towards your nose is better.
So it's just this motion.
It's that motion. We'll take it away. Yeah, so towards. Gently. And I'll just be like, gently! Because she'll like, from Princess Bride when yeah, it's a Princess Bride reference. But when she's like scrubbing and I'm like, I will pull your hair. I will pull your hair. You're making me crazy right now. Like, I was just like, yeah, I will. I'll just, I'm just like, you're making me so much money right now. And she's like, what? And I'm just I'll sell you so much stuff to counteract the damage you're doing to your eyes right now. And she's like, oh, sorry, gently. Never underestimate the power of a little bit of humor, okay? And remember, if you're laughing and she's not, it's not humor. Mm-hmm. Okay, so eye makeup remover, same thing. Love it, like it, leave it, check. Good? All right. Then I pull out the beauty book. So I've not started with the beauty book at the beginning. I pull this out. This comes in your kit, okay? I pull this out after I've done the eye makeup remover and everything else. Yeah. Here, I even have an extra one. Oh, here, can you pass it?
Oh, that's a super old one.
That's an old one. Very similar, okay? This one's old too, because there's some stuff in here that needs to be updated, so that we'll have... No, because there's still... Even complexion mask is still in here.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it's not, need to update them.
They need to update the new. Yeah, this is the newest, but it still needs to be updated. So it's fine though.
They're probably updating it after.
Yeah, starter kit, We're getting a flip chart.
Are they getting it? Yes, I've heard.
Sorry, we're getting another flip chart.
Yes. So happy.
Oh, I'm like, why are you laughing?
I'm so happy. I learned from a flip chart. It was awesome because it sits in front of the table and everything is being read from the behind, so you don't have to worry about remembering all the ingredients and things. It's all written there behind, so they can't see it. They see the pictures in front. It's lovely, fabulous. We're getting a flip chart. Yeah, flip chart. I love a flip chart. I'm very excited. Did she? Where's our flip chart? Yeah, we do need a flip chart. The top directors in the States were working on one, but then I couldn't use it because they had different prices and different things. It was annoying. So I didn't do it. I thought that's a lot of money for me to spend to create one for our unit. So I just sort of skipped it. And then now they're coming. So happy day. Okay?
And India when?
No, April. That's what they're saying. After Coast to Coast.
Are they changing the kit bag?
Don't know. The Americans are changing, but I don't know if the United States or if Canada is yet. We're not getting any solid answers yet. So I don't know. Sorry. Don't quote me. Not very often. A year or so. 2 years? It's been a while. That's been 2 years, hey?
No, this used to be one.
No, I've been doing
Yeah,
this
that was mine.
I've been doing this for almost 4.
Yeah.
So, but I know someone who, I got that one.
It's been a while that we've had this one,
So
and
they change
people
them
like that.
fairly frequently.
They change them fairly frequently, yeah. That's all I know.
Can you
So,
order them individually? I know you can order them
Yeah.
individually.
yeah, they're $40.
And that I would come
You're better off signing somebody up who doesn't want the bag and taking it.
Yeah.
Triple.
I have 2 of those ones. So.
Okay, so before I get into skincare, I go through Mary Kay Ash's stuff. I do not read this, but I use it as a visual aid right here. So I say, before we wash your face,
Before we wash our face,
here's why you should wash your face with Mary Kay.
here's why we should wash our face with Mary Kay.
First of all, we've been around for 53 years.
First of all, we've been around for 53 years.
We have never had a product recalled.
We have never had a product recalled.
We test clinically,
We test clinically,
which, as I mentioned before, means that we test in a lab
which, as I mentioned before, we test in the lab
and not on animals.
and not on animals.
Okay, objection. No, China takes 3 of our products and tests them on animals in their own independent lab, which is why PETA took us off their list. But we were one of the first companies to actually get on their list. So that's the irony. So, yeah, kind of funny. And we took a ton of backlash when we stopped testing on animals. The media was like, oh my God, now everyone's going to die because we stopped testing on animals. And how dare we care about, Fluffy more than we care about people. True story. Like if you go through the microfiche from the 60s and 70s when they stopped testing on animals and early 80s, that was the backlash from the media. Was now who cares about the reps and bunnies, but people will die. Like, yeah, and people did though. There were people who went blind from mascara that wasn't tested on animals because they didn't know how to test better. So they just didn't test on animals, but they didn't come up with any different testing. So we test in vitro. That does not mean on a fetus. Which I had a horrible argument with somebody on Facebook once, and I was like, I have to kill myself now because they can't even.
I just can't even.
In vitro does not mean that. It means in a test tube. So it means with skin cells that, are manufactured, not scraped off a person. Okay, so.
So we're not on the PETA list?
We're not on the PETA list. They took us off the PETA list because China takes 3 of our products and tests them on animals. They just changed the law.
That's why they're, because other companies pulled out, so they're like, oh, praise them for, but they don't know what,
They weren't even allowed in China, though. Only Avon, Estee Lauder, and Mary Kay were ever allowed in China. And Estee Lauder's always tested on animals. So that's MAC, that's all your Lancome, all of those guys. They've always tested on animals. They never stopped. So, and Avon tests on animals. So then, but China created the law that said that we needed to pass animal testing. So then they took several of our products and test them in an independent lab. We're the only company that is working with the Chinese government, giving them money to create in vitro labs to show them that our products are safe without being tested on animals. We're the only company doing that, and we've spent a fortune doing it.
Get back on the PETA list?
When China comes around, yeah. But a lot of people will say, well, why don't you just pull out? Well, the reason why is it was one of our first markets. So we're talking about millions of people that sell Mary Kay, many of them who were allowed to have second or third children because of their incomes that now would no longer have that. And then the government would be able to take their children. Like, that's not okay. And so we haven't pulled out because we feel like we could make a difference. So we're changing from the inside. We're changing the way that they think. But Mary Kay was one of the very first people to stop testing on animals. And in fact, she used to give a mink coat as your prize. If you did $500,000, you got a mink coat. And then they took her through a mink factory and she stopped doing that too. So, she was a very progressive woman. It's just that she was a child of the 60s. Like, that's what they tested on animals. They didn't know any better. And now they do. So, Yeah. But I do say that. We're not tested on animals. Nobody ever goes through all the rest of that. That's okay. So I just say this is why you should wash your face. We've been around for 53 years. Never had a product recalled, clinical tested, never tested on animals, tested in a lab. We also donate to the Pink Changing Lives and to the Look Good, Feel Better campaign. So our money goes towards women in domestic violence situations and women dealing with the after effects of cancer. So our money goes to domestic violence and to women dealing with the after effects of cancer. Okay, we're actually the company, one of our Mary Kay directors actually started the Look Good, Feel Better campaign. Okay, and so I say that, and I say when you're purchasing from me, you're not just purchasing from a company, you're purchasing from somebody who's an independent business owner, and I'm going to go and spread this money into my community. When you're purchasing from me, you're not just purchasing from a company, you're purchasing from an independent business owner, and I'm going to take that money and spread it into the community. And boy, do I. That's what I always say, and boy, do I, because then you get a little laugh, okay? And boy, do I like to spend my money, okay? And then I just say that, and I usually just embed my I story in here. So I started Mary Kay because... Not, I wanted the discount, okay? Don't do that, okay? But I started Mary Kay because I wanted something better for my family. When I started, we were living on $200 a month for gas and groceries for a family of 4. And I thought if I could make some women feel pretty and make a little bit of extra money, then I would be able to feed our family a little bit better. And then over the course of a year, I was able to quit my full-time job, earn my first car, and then moved on to now being the #1 director in Canada, which you can't say, obviously, but you can say something very similar to that, right? Like, I thought about working at Walmart, but I discovered that I could make $30 an hour doing this, right? Something like that, just quick, embedded. Not now, let me tell you about the Mary Kay opportunity. So first thing, no, it's just embedded in. It's just your little I story, okay? I was scared that I was, and I kind of tailor it to her. So if she's really shy, I'll be like, I was really scared when I first started, but I'm super glad I did it now because I get to meet amazing people like you. Things like that, okay? So just a little, we're talking 1 minute. And in the flip chart, it used to say, tell your I story here. So that's where you tell your I story, okay? And then I flip to the age bracket. We're just doing a miracle set one today, but if you had people in their 40s, 50s, or people in their 20s, you could do botanicals or repair. Okay, same sort of concept. I just get them to scan this, and I just say, so what happens is in your, I don't read everything. I say this. So what happens is in your 20s, we're worrying about SPF. So what happens is in your 20s, we're worrying about SPF. In your 30s, we're worrying about exfoliation. In your 40s, not wearing SPF starts to show. And you're starting to tuck your face in. If you are 20, do not say that. And then in your 50s, we're starting to fight gravity. Okay, so just following it through there. Because it sort of shows her that it's going to... that this will happen to your skin. I think it's sort of this no, it won't happen. One of the things I also say is we are an anti-aging company, but that does not mean we are anti-age. Aging is way better than the alternative. Don't you agree? Aging is way better than the alternative. Don't you agree? And I smile and she nods. Yes, right? Aging's way better than the alternative. Don't you agree? And she laughs. And I say, we want your skin to look dewy, luminous, and fresh. We want your skin to look dewy, luminous, and fresh. Not dull, dry, and cracked. Not dull, dry, and cracked. See? Because otherwise you're going to get, well, I like my wrinkles.
What was the 40s again?
The 40s is the damage from not wearing SPF. So then I just say our bread and butter product, our miracle set, is what we're going to talk about today. So not a long time, you guys. I know that felt like a really long time, but it's really short. It's 2 minutes. You're like, now we exfoliated your hands, exfoliated your lips. Now we're going to talk about the skincare. But first I'm going to tell you why you should wash your face with Mary Kay. We donate to the Look Good, Feel Better campaign. We donate to women in violence. And by the way, that was a Mary Kay lady who started the Look Good, Feel Better campaign. Isn't that amazing? And this is my story. This is how I started. This is why I sell this. And great. Now we're going to do 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. By the way, we're not an anti-aging company. We just believe that your skin should look beautiful as you age. Okay, fast. Okay, it's not a long time. It's just zzz, okay. You're gonna take your beauty book. I want you to fold it so she's not distracted by the rest. Because if you keep it open, she's now reading over here. Flip.
Tell them to.
I just do it for them. I just go like that. In the party, I'll just get them to flip it, right? And just one-on-one, I just do it for them. So I just say this set, and I go through this whole thing. I go through the set first before we start putting it on their faces. So that way they're not talking a lot in between the steps. This is a lesson I had to learn. Because otherwise, what was happening is I would put the cleanser on, now talk a lot. Now put the day solution, now talk a lot. And they're like, oh, frick, I'm never putting that stuff on my face. It takes forever. It doesn't take forever. It's like 30 seconds, right? So I'm going to talk first, let her do it, and then talk after.
Just starts doing that right.
Besides the fact, if you talk between too much and you're waiting, I used to talk too long about the moisturizer because I no, and then they're not sitting with any moisturizer on their face, and if they're
Yeah, I missed my
dry,
mouth.
then
Yeah, exactly. Then they're like, I hate you. It's burning me. Okay, so I just say it like this. I go, so the first thing we're going to do is your cleanser. And I want you to hold it. I want you to practice, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is your cleanser. This one is a 3-in-1. So it's going to exfoliate, just like we did before. Little less rough. Like that. And then it's going to cleanse, of course. And then what do you think the third thing is? And I say that. And she'll say moisturize. She always says moisturize. I don't know why. And I'll say, actually, it's tone. And what tone means is it's going to balance your pH levels. And it's going to shrink and tighten your pores so nothing can get in. Okay? You do.
Very first training meeting.
Okay? Exactly. And this is why we're going back to this, because this is back to the basics, back to the kitchen table, back to the basics. We can talk all we want about making money and doing amazing things and earning $1 million in Mary Kay, but if you're not at the freaking kitchen table, you're not going to make a penny. So this is where the money is, okay? This is where I built my business. This is where everything is. If I skip the facials, even at this point in my business, I would be done. I need to be working at the table, and this is where it is, okay? So 3-in-1 cleanser, so I say that's the first thing. This is really quick. Normally we'd do this in the shower, but I don't know you well enough. And she laughs, okay? And then I say, and on clean skin, you're either going to put on 1 pump of the day solution or the night solution, depending if it is day or night. So much, I seriously, like, this is like a choreographed routine in my life. You're going to put on the day solution or the night solution, depending if it is day or night. The day solution always goes in your right hand. Day solution, night solution, day or night. My daughter's in cheerleading. Okay, so the day solution has your SPF 35, so you don't get the after damage of avoiding SPF. And it is an anti-aging serum. It is not a moisturizer, so we're going to put some on. The night solution is like a vitamin serum for your face that will help your skin to regenerate while you sleep. It is not a moisturizer. So we're going to put some on. And guess what this is? And I literally do that. And she says moisturizer. I go, you're right. This is your moisturizer. It is going to hydrate your face for 12 hours. I love it because it is light and fresh. You had a question, Jessie?
Yes, sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
These beads, I heard that they are phasing them out in all products all over Canada.
No. These are not plastic beads.
Perfect.
We do not have any plastic beads in any of our products, and we don't, and none, okay? The ones we did, we used to have plastic beads only in the satin hands and satin lips. That's why they changed, okay? Those would have plastic in them. This is a man-made soluble product that is safe for the environment. So it's just like a gelatin, like a harder gelatin. It's not a microbead.
Her peach shouldn't have.
Yes, the old ones had, that's why they changed it, so that they didn't have to say, now without microbeads. So they did it, they changed everything that way, okay? So the new satin hands and new satin lips both have crystals that are dissolvable. The skincare always has crystals that have been dissolvable because you don't want to get a rock stuck in your pore. That is a poor choice, okay? Or a plastic bead, that's bad. So we've never had them be like that because they would make festers and weird stuff. So these are always been water soluble, the little beads in here and in the microdermabrasion. And these are actually, what these are is they're gelatin around a vitamin. And so there is a little tiny knife in the top of this that cuts it. Yeah, she knows because it's, and when I do it on her, I just go, it's going to go up the tube and it's going to cut the vitamin so that you get the purest form of the vitamin on your skin. You do not end up with an empty bottle of rattling beads. I say that every time. You do not end up with an empty bottle of rattling beads. Okay? So quick overview of the Miracle Set, just like that. So you go, this is going to take you about 30 seconds in the morning, 30 seconds at night. So don't tell me you don't got time. And a sassy black girl, that one, okay? All right? So now I let her do it. So I give her wet cloth. I go get the wet cloth. I get her to dampen her face. Upward strokes for her cleanser. We've done all this before, so I'm going to quickly do this. So upward strokes for the cleanser. I get her to do the day solution only on half of her face so she can see the brightness between both sides because one is more luminizing, right? So then she can see the luminizer in it. I get her to put the night solution on her neck so she can see what that feels like. And then when I do that, I say, but all your skincare should go nipples up. Okay? And then I do this at every appointment. I say nipples when they're in a bra is probably more economical than nipples when they're not. And they all laugh every time. Nipples when they're in a bra is probably more economical than nipples when they're not. So it's up to you. But this is the roadmap that develops on people. Do you not agree? This is where the age starts.
I didn't know to put it that far down.
Oh, hell yeah.
I went to law school.
Nipples up. And don't forget the back of your neck because this is the tightness that holds this part in. You're welcome.
Jen would say, do you also do here and not here? So like just face and then like the turn.
Yes, the turkey neck and then the beautiful tight face. And you're like, what happened? Where did the miscommunication break down? Okay.
Best tip ever.
This is exposed to a lot of sun. Right? And in a facial, I'll just say that. This is exposed to a lot of sun. Why would you skip SPF here? You know, you need moisturizer here. You need that. Okay, maybe not on your nipples, but it's just a funny joke, and it helps them to remember. They'll say that to me. They'll text me. They'll be like, Carol, nipples up! Like they, you know, these phrases are patented Carol Thompson phrases. I'm not saying Mary Kay Ash would necessarily approve, but I think she would have had a good sense of humor. So I think she would have liked that, okay? So I put the neck... I put the nipple solution on the neck. I put the night solution on the neck and the day solution on half the face. And they try that. And then I say when I do that, I tell about the bleeds that they're going to get cleaved by the little knife in here so you get the purest form of the vitamin on your face. You do not end up with a bottle of empty rattling beads. This is not for pretty. It is really pretty though, right?
It is gorgeous.
And I just say that. It is really pretty though, right? And she's like, yeah, because they like that. I mean, think about it. There was a lot of time and research that went into these products to make them look pretty on the bathroom counter. Women like them to look pretty. Yeah, they do. Okay, so that's it. And then moisturizer, age-fighting moisturizer. Again, this is age-fighting. When we say age-fighting, that means it has peptides in it. That means it has amino acid chains that help the skin to resurface and regenerate. That's all. Okay?
Moisturizer.
Nipples up. Nipples up. Nipples up. Okay, I'm like, don't whip them out here. But nipples up. Okay? So I just do that. I do that really quick so that I'm talking about it while we go, and then I get her to check love it, like it, leave it for the Miracle Set. Now, I told you, I have made mistakes. I've made lots of mistakes. I used to split it up. Cleanser, day solution, night solution, moisturizer. Guess what happens? I'll just take this and this one. No. Together is the magic. Okay? Miracle Set. If at any point in this facial she says, well, how much is that? Okay? What do you say?
We talk about prices later.
Exactly. We'll talk about the prices later. Yeah, I'll make sure I don't just steal your credit card and take it. Like, I'll make sure you know. But it's too many numbers right now. It's too many numbers. Okay? Again, I display that. And she's touching her face at this point. And I do like to take a little bit of time in between this before we put on CC cream because I want her to just be like, she's just touching her face.
It was actually really funny when Mom and I did ours.
Mhm.
I was reaching over petting my face, and I'm like, well, I want to pet yours too.
Mhm.
My grandma's like,
They're both like, ah. They were so funny. They were really cute. Your mom was like, she never had a moisturizer on her face. Like,
you would
Yeah.
never know.
it was amazing.
Should have seen her when I brought everything tonight. She's like, where did you get that? I'm like, I stopped and picked it up. Why didn't you tell me? This is like Christmas. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I have to go get ready. She goes, go, I got this. I'm like, okay.
She's got the whole Voluform box. That was a $650 facial I posted about, was Alora and her mom. Hmm.
I was like, oh my God, it's here on my
But now you never have to pay full price again.
I know.
Just think. Notice I didn't say, oh, you signed up. Here, let me give you your money back.
Nah.
It got left in the economy of New Orleans anyway, so it's fine. Okay, and then I flip to page 16 for the eye cream. Now, I do like having this in front of them. Okay, I do like having it on the page. I really do. I think it just solidifies for them that there's other choices. Okay, so I say there's 3 things we have for your eyes. There's a soothing eye gel that is a spa treatment. It is not an anti-aging treatment. It's just so that it's like wearing cucumbers on your eyes, except that you don't walk into walls and you can actually walk around. So I just say that. You know,
Cucumbers on your face, but you don't look in the walls.
that's right. It's like wearing cucumbers on your face, but you can actually get around and do stuff. The firming eye cream is the one that we recommend to go with the Miracle Set. Okay, and that's okay if you're using the other one because then I say, however, if this is not enough for you, we can always transition to the more advanced set, the Voluform set. You know, if she's like 42 or whatever, you can switch. I personally use one in the morning and one at night. I use both. So, I mean, you can do whatever, okay? But I just show her that we have an eye renewal cream and we have a firming eye cream. Both have great clinical results. Okay, one is more for under eye bags and dark circles, which is the eye renewal, and one is for firming the overall appearance of the skin, which is the firming. Okay, most people in their under 40 do not have bags. They have just maybe they have dark circles, but that's not the same as like a full bag with the line. Okay, that's where the repair comes in, the renewal. Okay, the firming eye cream has a brightener in it. Do you know that? No. That it immediately counteracts dark circles. Immediately. Because it has light reflectors. So it immediately counteracts the effects of dark circles and over time. So I do that. It immediately counteracts the effects of dark circles and it does it over time. It's also going to lift, firm, tighten, and tone your eye area. It's going to lift, firm, tighten, and tone your eye area. Yes, just like that. You can apply this on the skull bones from under and on top. So underneath your brow and on your skull bone. Never apply right here because it goes right into your sinus cavity, comes back out as puffiness, which equals dark circles and wrinkles anyway. So then you might as well have skipped the whole thing. So half a pump in the morning, half a pump at night. What I love about this is it has an elevator in it. And I hold it up to the light and I say, this is how you know how much more you have left. Because the elevator's up to the top and that's when you know you need to call Carol. The elevator goes up to the top. When the elevator's at the top, you need to call Carol.
I can't see the ball.
Because it's new. Yeah.
My moose was confused.
So you're almost better off to use that one than the other one.
Depends what you're looking for, right? Yeah.
Carol, do you ever talk to them about hydration? Like, I mean, like actual water hydration?
I do.
Is it bad?
Lots. Yeah, lots. And like, same thing when somebody's got cystic acne. I always say, first thing you're going to do is you're going to up your water intake and you're going to start taking apple cider vinegar twice a day. Because my clients really react well to that. You're also going to cut out dairy and sugar. It's the first 2 things. If your skin is bad, cut out dairy and sugar. It's the worst things for your skin. So, you know, I talk about that. Like, you know, we used to sell vitamins for your skin. Did you know that? Long time ago. Way before my time. So half a pump in the morning, half a pump at night on the ring finger, just like this. So it's in your tray, so scoop it up and tap, tap, tap. Tappy, tap, 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 tap. If I see your face move, I will pull your hair. Like that.
If I see your face,
If she's going like this and her face starts to crinkle, I'm like, I'll pull your hair. There's nothing worse than when you're with a 25-year-old and her face is folding and you're like, how? You have the skin of a baby's butt. It should not move. So, yeah. That's right. Saggy, baggy, panty face. So firming eye cream, check it off on the list. Okay, it's got a brightener, it's going to lift, firm, tighten, and tone. I love that it works downwards and upwards. It travels an inch in an hour, so it stops the crepiness from developing on the lids as well as up. Okay, this is for when you're starting to notice fine lines. The Voluform is when they're there. Okay, basic. If you really need to know, if you're like, I don't know which one, starting to notice fine lines, firming, they're there, go to Voluform. That's it. Okay, if you really want to amp it up, do one in the morning, one at night. This one I find doesn't make my eye makeup run as much as the other one does. So I use the Voluform at night because it's thicker, and I use the firming during the day, but I'm 40, so I can't. Cool. Then I take this, and I give it to her. It's done. She doesn't need it right now. She says, I don't need to go through the rest of the skincare with her. Now we're going to do just a 5-minute face. So I've gone through all the makeup. So I go, now we're done with the makeup, and I don't put it away. I make it. Skincare, I mean. Now we're done with the skincare, so now I'm going to put it all pretty. And now I'm going to teach you how to do a 5-minute face. It's really, really fast. So I don't know, Cindy, are you a makeup foundation person or not? So I do that. Are you a makeup foundation person or not? Yeah, and lots of times she'll say, and I'll say, okay, so I'm going to show you 2 products. They can be worn together or separately. If you are not a makeup person but would still like to protect your face from the elements, you can just use this primer. So go ahead and put this on. And it's number 6 in the tray. So they scoop it up, smooth downwards all over their face. I say this, the world is mad gross. Don't you agree? How many times have you gotten in your car and had to clean off your windshield? And they always laugh. And then I say, that's what's happening to your skin every day. Okay? So, if you don't have a barrier there, all that junk goes into your pores. So foundation or a primer or both can counteract that so that you're taking the junk and washing it down the sink. So foundation, primer, or both can counteract that. So you're taking the junk, and I do exactly this, guys, and washing it down the sink. Okay? And now you've sold her one or the other, or haven't you? Have I sold you? If you're not wearing foundation, right? You did, yeah. Right? So foundation primer, this is great on its own. I do sell lots of this on its own, okay? It's not necessary with the CC cream. The CC cream does have a primer built in. But I always demo it with the CC cream anyway because I want to sell this sucker. Because lots of people don't wear foundation, but they do like the effects of primer. It's like crack filler. It's a redness reducer. It's beautiful. Look at your face, right? Yeah.
I have a question for you. Someone said once that they don't use the foundation primer with the CC cream because if you did that, then you wouldn't get all the benefits of the CC cream?
Yeah, because it is a skincare. So that's what I mean. It's not necessary to use both.
So
because this has a skincare in it. This has 11 skincare benefits. So you're really not supposed to wear them both, but I still demo the primer at every appointment.
I do too.
Yeah.
I always have.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that you didn't get the effects if you put the primer.
It's not that you don't get all the effects, it's just that you don't get some because it acts as that barrier against the...
But you still
She's
get
asking, because this has skincare in it, if the primer blocks the skincare from going into your face. But if you're already on the Miracle Set, really, it's like... Yeah, I use CC cream as a primer, personally. I don't use the primer, I use CC cream. Because then I do an overall coverage, and then if I need a little bit more, I just buff it on where I need it. I don't need to put a ton on. And then it's still dewy, glowy, you know. Yeah. You know. Of course. Okay, so CC cream, really easy. I don't explain a ton. I just say, you know, this is better than a BB. That's what I say. This is better than a BB.
Better than a BB.
Because it's a CC. And they always laugh. They always do. This is the thing. If you can get her laughing, she's comfortable with you, she's going to buy. That's the thing, okay? So this is better than a BB because it's a CC. And she'll be like, what's a CC? And you're like, I don't know. What's a CC with you? Every time. Okay, so what's a CC? A CC is a complexion corrector, which means it is skincare and makeup in one. Is it as good as this skincare? No. It's designed to go with it, not in place of. So don't be like, well, that's cool. I'll just buy this $22 CC cream and skip this fit. No. Okay, but then just same thing, smooth this all the way down, all over, a couple of pumps, all over your face. This is buildable, layerable. You can put more than one coverage, more than one layer on if you need to. Downwards. Makeup always goes down. Skincare goes up, makeup goes down.
Can this go either way because it's...
It can, but it's better to go down. You want to smooth the pores, smooth the little hairs.
I've been asked this a lot lately. What is the difference between CC and BB cream? Because I never really.
BB is a beauty balm, which means it is makeup only. CC is complexion corrector, which means it is makeup and skincare.
So BB
And an SPF 15.
makeup only. Is
Makeup only.
And
BB
what-
is makeup only. Beauty
so
balm
what's
is
the
makeup
AA?
only.
There was an AA one. Is that-
I don't know what an AA cream is. I've never seen an AA
BB
cream.
one coming out now? Okay.
No, that sounds like bra sizes to me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know these things. I hear things and I'm like, what, are you serious? Okay.
Okay, so I do CC cream, then I do under eye corrector. Same thing, this goes on the tray. Do not demo from here. I say, this has a doe foot applicator.
This has a doe foot applicator.
No does were harmed in the production of these devices.
No does are harmed in the production of these devices.
Make them laugh, okay? Make them laugh, make them laugh. This is the secret to my success. Make them laugh a little bit, okay? Doe foot means that it is little tiny hairs like the foot of a doe,
Okay.
so that they actually go into the little fine lines and get right in there so that you are not getting any creasing. However, today, because nobody likes pink eye at a party, we are going to apply with your finger. So if you're not getting quite the same results, you will from the doe foot applicator. See? So if it's all creasy because she put a huge glob of it underneath her eyes, she might still purchase it. And if you do try it with the applicator and you hate it, remember we have a guarantee. And I should have talked about that before. I always talk about that. Okay? The money, I don't say money back guarantee. Don't say that. We have a satisfaction guarantee. We'll get you the products you love instead. Okay? We do have a money back guarantee. We can give them money back. Beauty balm. Yeah. BB is beauty balm. So it's designed just for makeup. Okay? This goes on in a triangle underneath the eye. That's it. Tap it in with the finger. You can put it with a brush. You can put it in with powder, whatever. But I just do that really, really fast. It's a 5-minute face for crying out loud. Nothing crazy. That, okay? Then in a 5-minute face, if you have brushes, great. You can use brushes for your bronzer or your blush. Okay, I'm not going to go through all that. Really, I mean, that's pretty simple. Beach Blonde cream eyeshadow on their eyes. Do not put this with your finger. Gross. Scoop it with a Q-tip on their tray. Make sure they smash it around a little bit. I can't even tell you how many job shadowing I've done where people give a big chunk of this and then they're like, and they've got this huge gross chunk of Beach Blonde and they're trying to smear it on. I'm like, I always say now, I'm scooping this out of the container with a Q-tip. This is not what you will do at home. But again, no one wants pink eye at a party. So I'm going to use a clean applicator to put it on your tray. You're going to smash it around a little bit so it feels the way it would feel in here. Because otherwise it's gross. It's a big, gross chunk of blonde in there like, ew, ew, ew. Don't do that,
I
okay?
hated that stuff for the first
Because
year.
you did that.
Because I put it on wrong. I put it on with the Q-tip.
Ew.
So when I hand the Q-tip to people, I'm like, don't put it on your face. Because half of them go to do it. I'm like, don't. And they're like,
Smush your fingers so it's warm and just smash and then go up to your eyebrows. So I always say eyebrows to eyelashes with this one. Super easy. This is just a 5-minute face. Eyebrows to eyelashes, not on your eyebrows because it's gross. This is just for a 5-minute face. So there's lots of different eyeshadows and blah. This is just Beach Blonde. I usually do Beach Blonde. Pale blush is a good one too because it's not shiny. So if you're tending to have customers that are over 35, go to a pale blush because it doesn't have shimmer. It's not, don't put that one eyebrows to eyelashes. Yeah.
no, I think
Okay?
it was just in this one, wasn't it?
Then I do mascara. Dip with your wand. You know, blah, blah. We have 5. Blah, blah. Enjoy your mascara. Blah, blah. Check. Okay? Bronzer, blush, whatever. Lipstick, gloss. And you are going to let her pick, obviously, your lipstick or gloss. This translucent powder, do not skip this at an appointment. If you are skipping translucent powder, you are sad. Don't do it because it's an $18 guaranteed sale.
Really?
Seriously.
Started taking
The
it
reason
slow.
translucent powder is so awesome, so I'm going to do this, okay?
Yes, please tell me.
Translucent powder is so awesome because it is clear. So I put it in the oval.
Talking to her.
And you were like, why? That's okay. So I put it in the oval and I say, this is not cocaine. This is not that kind of party. okay? And then I say, okay, so what translucent powder does is it is clear. It has tiny disco balls inside of it. And so, hang on, I gotta block some weirdo here. Block user.
You said cocaine. You did
Cocaine,
that
that's right. Somebody started following me because I said cocaine. So it has tiny disco balls. So what these do is they act like an Instagram filter for your face. Do you notice you look better on Instagram than in real life? Filter for your face. So I always say, this is what I always say, the thing I always say, I really hope if I ever go missing, my husband picks my raw photos rather than my edited ones to find me, because no one would ever see me again. Because it's just a joke, right? It's just because it's at the perfect selfie angle or whatever. I'll just make a joke that, no one's actually looking for me like this. With that perfect filter on my face. But the translucent powder acts like that. It absorbs oil, but it's still good for dry skin.
It's still good for dry skin.
I just have a question. So the other one was my first night that I had the two together. The one girl, she said she'd been using pure mineral powder, and her cheeks were like going super red from using pure mineral powder.
From using the pure mineral, like the company Pure Mineral?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a very high talc content,
Yeah.
which they're phasing out in most products. So ours has a very, 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 very low. I don't even know that ours even has talc in it. I don't think it does.
Want to use. So
Yeah.
she was waiting to see how the other girls worked.
Right.
And then broke them.
So this is not a foundation. This is meant to go on top of a foundation or on top of naked skin. We do have a really good mineral powder foundation as well. Okay? And in that one, you make sure you upsell them that brush. The flat brush is the way to go, okay? But this is just like, it's basically going to absorb oil. It's going to reflect light. And I say, if you don't believe me, let's put it on half your face and find out.
I thought it made your face look brighter.
It does.
Like not in a good way. Once
No.
somebody takes a picture of you.
No, okay, no. Translucent powder can reflect light in a fluorescent flash. That's all. So then if somebody's taking a picture with you of fluorescent light and you've stopped your powder here, you will have weird geisha face.
Yeah.
Because that's all. It just reflects light. It's the same as zinc, which is in our sunscreen, does too. So if you have a photographer, you have a photo shoot, and you know he's using a fluorescent flash, which most people don't anyway, then you have to make sure your sunscreen is working for that too. Because, yeah, you might want to skip the day solution that day or you'll get ghostly. But otherwise, you're totally fine. Yeah, like the reason it's talked about like that is that some people use it for contouring, right? So they bake it and then they have this big, and then it'll show up in the flash for the photographers, for the celebrities, and it'll be like this big white streak. Baking is when you like layer it on. So, okay, hang on.
Again, not a drug reference.
Not a drug reference. Do I have a brush?
I saw
I
somebody
make that
talking
joke
about
all the time.
baking, and I was like,
I had a party with some ladies who
Okay.
actually knew what I was talking about, and I
Okay.
didn't, so I was like, you tell me.
All right, so look at both my eyes. There's makeup smeared here. Okay, so just look from there, okay? And then baking is when you, hang on, I just don't want to double dip. You would do this with your finger or a brush. And you can do this with translucent powder. And you can just layer this on. This is for night only, not day. Because it will really highlight any fine lines and wrinkles. And you leave that on while you do the rest of your stuff. You just wander around, get your coffee, whatever. And then you brush off the excess and it will be way brighter. Yeah, it's a drag queen trick.
Let's see.
Well, I haven't brushed it yet because it's
No,
not.
well, I know, but I want
You have to let it bake.
I know that. I wanted to see
Oh.
before.
There you go. So but I don't do that at the facial. So this is not for the introductory facial, okay? So dust with the powder. She does one side. She notices the difference. She buys it. Like seriously, I sell so many effing translucent powders. It works as a dry shampoo in a pinch. Amazing. So I tell people don't travel without it because it's fabulous.
Why is ours white and there are other ones that are yellow?
Okay, yellow is a banana powder, and the yellow ones are designed to counteract a sallow skin tone. We don't, usually our demographic is not that advanced, so they don't need, that's a drag queen thing. Banana powder is a drag queen thing.
Okay, because we use it for like the
Stage.
shows
Mhm.
and stuff, and I've actually never seen
Yeah,
before.
yeah. It's for translucent is for normal everyday life, and your banana powder is way thicker. It does the same thing, but it's way thicker. And it's for stage. Yeah. Okay. Ours is really finely milled, so it is a really high quality one. And your average that compares, even comes close to comparing, is $35 to $40 a container. I have tried every brand that Sephora offers, and none come close. None to our translucent powder.
So I should implement this into my daily.
I'm saying put this in your skincare routine and also put this in your facial routine. It's an easy upsell. It's an $18 upsell. It's a really easy one for them to put on their wish list or whatever. Okay? So, hang on. It's not quite baked yet. Like, you could bake it longer, but do you see the difference?
Oh, I do
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay?
But
You
it's
know.
a nice one thing, not-
It's it depends what day and night look like to you, but it's just a lot drier. Like, underneath my eyes, you can notice a little bit more fine lines and stuff than before.
But
Okay?
you would put it on daily? Like you
I put it on daily. No. I just mean
light?
baking is not a day thing.
Translucent powder is daily baking.
Translucent daily, baking it is not. But you can bake with this. You can contour, reverse contour. We did that, right? So you can. Okay?
Cool.
Cool? All right. So then I go through this like this, okay? So now we're going to close the sale together. You ready? So the first thing I do is I get her to hold the pen, not me. They hold the pen, not me. And I just say, so now, Cindy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all of the prices going straight down. Let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow. Okay, ready? So satin hand set is $51. Not $51. Do you hear the difference? Satin hand set, $51. There's a psychological impact to putting the dollar sign. Something weird happens. So it's $51. Satin lips is $32. Okay, all the way down. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Okay? Like, no, crazy. And then I say, okay, so the things that you love, now I take it back. The things that you love, whoops. Oh, that wasn't my whole tray. Okay, good. The things that you loved, and I circle those things. Okay?
Things that you
You
love.
love, circle.
So all together for the things that you love, that would be this price. And I total it up.
All together for things that you love.
Okay? Is that where you wanted to start today, Cindy?
I'd be like, oh god.
And she usually says yes. Didn't you?
Yes.
Could you afford it all?
No.
No, you didn't anyway.
My mommy had a credit card.
That's right. Okay? They usually say, yeah, go for it.
Many years ago, I was like 21.
Mm-hmm.
The kind lady had something called a hide it from your husband.
Oh, yes.
Don't tell your man
Yeah.
plan.
And so I wrote her 4 checks. She cashed probably 2 of them before the product came, and then 2 more. And yeah.
Yeah.
I always laugh when I think about how I slid those checks in there.
Hide it from your man plan. Yep. Yep. I always say that. We have a husband on awareness plan. You know, we can do a little on credit. We can do a little on check. We can do a little on cash. A little e-transfer. Whatever you like. But
Fourth option now.
yeah, e-transfer is good. So I just say, you know, but realize, Cindy, like, if you don't want to start here, I'm not going anywhere. So realize, Cindy, if you don't want to start here, I'm not going anywhere. So I'd love to help you get all of this for half price or free as well. So a hostess in our company doesn't have to prepare a lot of snacks. Doesn't have to get 6 bottles of wine. And only has to clean her kitchen table. So all she's got to do is get 3 to 5 friends together. Not 35. And she can at least get half-priced items and earn things for free. So whatever you don't purchase today, you can purchase at your follow-up appointment when you introduce me to your friends. When you introduce me to your friends. Okay? Then I pull out the order form And I very, very slowly, after I'm going to hand her the catalog, I'm going to hand her the thing. She's got this back now. She's got a pen back. And I'm very freaking slowly writing her name and address at the top. Very slowly writing my name and phone number and consultant number. Like, I'm talking like something's wrong with your hand slow. Slow. If you can't do that, sit there and be quiet.
Your pen doesn't work.
Let her choose. When she puts down the catalog, that is when she is ready to make her purchase. And I say, okay, Cindy, where did you want to start today? And she'll go, I'll just take it all. She really will. She will, because it's too complicated. She's like, sure, just whatever. I'll take it all. You take credit card, right? Sure do. Okay, and then I still book her for a follow-up. Still book her. Because there's still more stuff we didn't even try. Right? We didn't do anything. We did this. We did basic. So now I can book her for her follow-up. But if I give her everything at the appointment, I can't book her for a follow-up. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Even when I do give a full makeover or whatever at a follow-up, at an appointment, and like in Alora's case, it was totally a fluke that we just happened to play with some makeup at the time. But I still said, at your next appointment, I can do more stuff. You know, and then that's all they need, right? How do I do brows? Oh, I didn't bring my stuff at your next appointment. And if you have a tendency to bring everything with you, stop it. Put it away so you don't even have it. So you have no reason to say anything, okay? Are we out of time? Yes, we are. I want to show you this new referral sheet before you go. So my thing, I would say, take this home and put it on your scanner so you can print as many off as you need to. Because they're crazy pricey to get from the States.
So you don't use a profile card anymore then?
I don't use a profile anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to scan this in,
Oh, shoot, sorry.
and I'm going to put them back to back. You could also do the Pondering Pink on the back of this wish list too. Just depends what you want.
Oh, this is your...
This is a new referral sheet, and I really like it. So then you're going to say, you're going to help me, I need you to help me with my business by introducing me to your fun friends. So I've got a list here for you to help you fill this out. So bring out your phone. So you just say, whip out your phone. And you're going to help me by filling this out. It is the very rare BITCH that will say, why? What do I get out of it? Most people will be like, oh, okay, and start writing. It's fun. I'm like, and if they need help, I'll just be like, well, who's your planner girl in your life? Who likes to plan and be organized? Who's your future missus? Who's getting married? Oh, that's Jill. I know Jill's getting married. Hang on. I'll find her phone number. They're crazy. They will like go on Facebook to find her phone number. They'll message her and say, what's your phone number?
Message her on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've done where people don't feel comfortable giving out their...
But you don't, if you do a big preamble, they will always feel uncomfortable. Yeah. If you don't bother to do anything, you're just like, okay, great, fill this out. They're like, oh, okay, and they just do it. If you're like, so what you're going to do now is you're going to give the gift of friendship to your friends, and I'm going to have a Mary Kay appointment just like we had. Didn't you have fun, Cindy? Didn't you? Didn't you? Don't you want to give it to your friends? And then they're like, I'm scared. Okay, so... don't even worry about it. Just hand it to her. If she doesn't fill it out, she doesn't fill it out. Who cares? Okay, if she gives you 3 names, who cares? If it's at a party, play a game so that you can get these filled out. Whoever gives me the most gets this. Yes.
But she would just call them up and book them.
Okay, you guys good? Any questions? Happy?